Welcome to Upper Valley Access,
your monthly video magazine. This month we had a lot of exciting stuff going on. Emily, what were some of your production highlights?
So C-SPAN came to CATV earlier this month. 3 of our Heartland homeschoolers actually won a national competition. So C-SPAN came here to celebrate their award. And you went on an interesting adventure.
I did. I got to go foraging for fiddleheads, and it was amazing. It was actually a really tranquil experience, and at the same time a little bit adrenaline-inducing. Also, a really exciting thing, Executive Director of CATV, Bob Franzoni, has been working on a pretty interesting project focusing on the Battle of Hubbardton in Vermont, which is a really important battle. And so he went out on the battlefield with reenactors. The sound is really great, the imagery, and the stories. So something definitely to look forward to with that.
Hi, I'm Sean Kelleher. I'm a historian in the town of Saratoga, New York. So the reason the Battle of Hubbardton is so important is that it was the first opportunity for the Americans to stop Burgoyne's forward advance. Burgoyne's great army invaded from Canada into New York and into New England, and they destroyed and captured with basically 2 shots the great fortress of Fort Ticonderoga, and they were barreling down on their way to Albany, and they were going to separate the colonies of New England from the rest of the colonies. And Hubbardton was that first stop where the Americans stood up to them, slowed down their action, and slowed down their advance. And this continued over and over again until October in 1777, October 17th, when Burgoyne's army finally surrendered in Saratoga.
And it's an untouched battlefield. As far as battlefields go, it really doesn't get any better than the Hubbardton battlefield. My name is Skylar Bailey. I'm a member of Warner's Extra Continental Regiment of Foot Recreated, and this is the Hubbardton battlefield. It's a very special place to me because our unit fought here. It's one of the only places where Warner's regiment is known to have sustained serious casualties, and is documented.
Hi, I'm Rob Keenan from the 25th Continental Regiment and 3rd Massachusetts Regiment. Especially what's really neat about this site is that it's preserved by the good people of the state of Vermont for everybody to enjoy an actual Revolutionary War battlefield. And we're very, very lucky that we're allowed to come here once a year and actually reenact the Battle of Hubbardton on the exact spot. And it's a spectacular place. This week the weather has been absolutely marvelous, but all the time I'm here you have beautiful scenery, you have the open spaces, and the real sense of history.
My name is Nils Erickson, live in Shrewsbury, 25th Massachusetts Regiment. One of the most important things, if you will, about Hubbardton is we're on hallowed ground. Men fought and died here. It's one of the few battlefields that's still in its original condition.
My name is Jeff Monder. I'm with Benjamin Wickham's Independent Corps of Rangers. I'm from Shrewsbury, Vermont. One of the things that's really special about this site is that as reenactors, we try to recreate a time. And this place is so special because when you look out, especially from the hilltop, and you look out at the landscape all around us, it looks very much like what we could imagine somebody from the time might have seen, because there's very little sign of human habitation out here, and the hills are solid green, and it's just a beautiful sight. And so we honor the people that served here, that died here, and we get to have a unique experience at the site.
I'm Dave Bernier, Sr. I portray a Continental Army Major General. It's a special place for the reenactors. It's one of the very few Revolutionary War battlefields left that's in this kind of condition. It's a special place because it's hallowed ground. Some of our Massachusetts troops fought here. This was the opening chapter in the campaign, the Burgoyne campaign, which culminates in the battles of Saratoga in September and October.
Well, my name is Corporal Eric Smith. I'm a corporal with the 64th Regiment of Foot Light Infantry Company.
I'm Brennan Smith, same company. I'm a private.
And we come out to this site every year because the Hubbardton Battlefield Association, the site association, has done such a wonderful job of maintaining this site. It is one of the best sites that we do all year. I look forward to this coming here every year. And I love supporting the site because they've done such a wonderful job preserving this. I want to see this here available for folks forever. It's just absolutely beautiful.
Hubbardton was an important battle in my view because it was an outstanding rearguard action by the Americans. Ultimately, the British couldn't catch the main force, and it was the downfall of the British. They couldn't win. Although they did take the field at the end.
We started all this.
Nice to meet you. You bet.
Shade, the treasurer.
Hi.
How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All our kids are over there.
We're really excited to be here. As he mentioned, our bus was having some issues. It was in Chicago at the INTX. It's a big thing where all the cable channels, cable people come. And our bus needed maintenance. So we had to drive from Chicago to Nashville and then met us here in Boston just so we could be here. So, we're going to make sure that we're here for you guys. And I know we also have some other participants that make videos as well. So congratulations to you as well. So every year we do a student documentary contest where we ask students from grades 6 to 12 to create a video, 5 to 7 minutes on a topic that's important to them. The theme this year was the 3 branches in you, and to tell us about a law or something that's going on right now that's important to you. And these 3 young ladies chose homelessness. And I will say your video was great. I watched it again last night. It was a really good video. The one thing about this, we encourage students to use their critical thinking skills. So it's not about the flashiness, it's not about the fog and lights, it's really about the critical thinking skills. So first up, we have Alicia Dutton. And find our video. We have Julia Dutton. Oh, you guys really from there. Okay, and then Jada. How do you Rochford Hay? Rochford Hay. Yeah, I know I messed up. All right, so let's hold that up, and I'm just gonna take a quick picture for them. We could put a set of lights here, here, and then one more here, and if we need it, up here as well. And in what used to be our bathroom, we have a control panel. We can control the camera angles as well as the lighting. So we do live television from here. So if you've ever seen the couch, you know we're shooting live from the bus. She was out to get her sleeves on, like in the snow.
We are at the Open Fields Medieval Festival. It's one of our biggest fundraisers, and it happens every Memorial Day weekend on the Saturday of Memorial Day weekend. When we first started doing it as a community event, we ran it every other year, but then we just had so much fun with it that we decided to do it every year instead.
I like it because of all the entertainment, and you get to see friends that you haven't seen for a long time.
So I'm a big fan of Renaissance festivals and medieval festivals, so when we saw the posters, we decided let's make a day of it. So dusted off the costume, and here we are.
I'm here to support my school in our annual medieval festival event, It's a fundraiser for our school, and it's just awesome all the time.
I'm here because my kids are part homeschooled, and we studied medieval history this year, and I thought this would be the perfect way for them to be immersed in the music and the storytelling and the culture of medieval times. The Open Field School is such a neat little place, and I wanted to support that and just have them experience the medieval culture here.
I think the food is great. They have a rat on a stick, but it's actually chicken.
Yeah.
So no worries.
Amazing. We have all kinds of things happening. We've had the Rock On belly dancers, and we've had fire spinning from Phoenix Bazaar. We also have a lot of crafts activities. So there's felting and milling and calligraphy and beading and face painting. No Strings Marionettes is doing a puppet show. They've done that for the last 3 events.
I love the food and the entertainment the best.
It's way cooler than I thought it was going to be.
I dragged him along, so.
We have, dragons and minstrels and kings and queens and some really good food. So totally worth coming in and checking out. Oh, and belly dancing, if you can't tell behind me. Also awesome.
Welcome back. Many people are certainly loving these warmer temps, but as we head into the warmer months, there are a few things to keep in mind to keep your pets safe. Sue Skaskew and Heather Bent join us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being here. And with Heather is Ren. So as the temps continue to rise, Heather, what are some things that pet owners should really be keeping in mind right now?
Well, with this beautiful weather comes the heat, and we've got to be aware of that for our pets and keep them safe. If they're outdoors, if you have to leave your dog hooked outdoors, they have to have shelter, they have to have plenty of water, and you need to be sure they can't get tangled around anything that will trap them in the sun's heat. And of course, we know the importance of not keeping your dog in a car on a warm day, even with the windows cracked.
Yeah, and we're going to develop a lot on that because with, Sue, you have a tool. Tell us about this tool. What does it do? How does it help?
It's an infrared thermal laser gun. It's a wonderful tool. It's a device that can immediately take the surface temperature of whatever you point it at. So in the winter, you can check the temperature of the inside of a dog shelter, but most especially now that the summer is here, the inside of a car. People don't realize that even at 72 degrees within 1 hour, the temperature, and the window's cracked, can go up to 116 degrees.
Which is just, what is the safe range of temperatures?
The USDA regulations state that below 50 degrees, you must have adequate shelter and take provisions to make that, and no higher than 85 degrees. Okay. So a temperature inside a car can quickly cause an animal to go, or a child to go into distress.
So show us how it works exactly. I mean, it can go through glass, it goes right into the car?
I can take the surface temperature of the table.
And it's instant, just like that?
Instant, 73.5.
Okay, so who do you hope gets these tools? Tell us a little bit about the project and who you think can benefit from these.
The project that we have going is we have targeted for the first part all the state police, all the police departments, and the sheriffs. We are allowing people the opportunity to sponsor a gun for their department of choice. And if we have enough donors, we would love to be able to provide each town with a device. They're only $20 and people can make that contribution.
And once they have these tools and they can respond, that's the hope that police can use these to see what it's like inside the cars, out wherever it may be. Well, Heather, Sue, thank you so much. Lots of great information. We'll put more details on our website. Thank you for being here.
usually this time of year it's wet and cool. Now here's...
We haven't had any rain. Oh, here's...
No, and no rain, yeah. 2. There's more than 2. Now the other thing, see, I'm picking them clean, but when we go to the fiddlehead patch, it's nice to leave a couple on each little mound so they come back next year. You don't want to wipe yourself out. You want to be a sustainable gatherer. I really would like to get rid of them in here, and to that end, they're very difficult to get rid of. It's not that I'd call them an invasive, but they have a root that spreads under the ground, and they just pop up wherever. So unless you get the entire thing,
you'll never know
you'll
where they're
have
going
them.
to pop up.
Yeah, they're there. Well, shall we go to the real patch?
That sounds
See,
good.
these are too high for any good, but they look cute. Hey, Steve and Wendy, the fiddlehead pickers are on their way down. It's around 6 on Wednesday night. There'll be a black car parked on your road. Bye. As they are now, they're not evident, but once you see how high they get, you just look down and go, oh, there they are. You can tell them from a mile away because they get as much as 3 feet high.
A competitive element to picking?
Not in my experience, other than you don't want to tell people where your picking spot is. Not that I don't want to share, but I don't. This entire area here was underwater with Irene, probably about 4 feet deep, the water. And I think that certainly didn't hurt the fiddleheads. In fact, it probably gave them some nutrition, just like that's how they used to fertilize fields in the spring floods. There's some right next to your foot.
Oh, yeah.
You're getting the hang of it. Yeah, those are good. All of them. Very good. There's more over there. If you stand and look, you find them just about everywhere. Aren't they pretty? They're gorgeous.
How about over here? Look at these.
Yeah.
How long have you been picking fiddleheads?
Oh, I feel like the old lady. I don't know, maybe 20 years or more.
Uh-huh.
It's one of those things, if you're not used to foraging in the forest, you're kind of thinking, oh, I don't know if I want to eat that, but they're good. Debris washed over it and kind of hurt it the last couple years after the flood. There's some more there.
I'm going to have more than I can eat.
Well,
Might have to sell it.
Yeah, out in the corner. Well, they keep, like I said, once you clean them for a couple weeks, and you can freeze
How much do you cook at a... Oh, you can freeze them.
Well, you have to blanch them.
Okay.
Just like any other vegetable, you have to blanch it in either boiling water or and then plunge it in ice water, dry them real well, and stick them in. I'm going to pick just a few more because I have orders for some fiddleheads from my family. You can feel it when you're stepping on them. They're like a little lump.
Right.
And you're smushing as you go.
Great activity to do after work when you get home. It's calming. You get outside. It's very relaxing. You hear the brook.
This is a very nice place. Now there's some more. Look at those. They're beautiful. All the girls are dancing. The shaking method.
It's a little flip of the wrist.
They really have a good flavor. A cross between spinach and asparagus, I would say. That's the asparagus fern. Well, it's like free food and a delicacy at that. And you'll see what fiddleheads do when they're in water, and you'll find this when you cook them. They have a reddish, swish them around, put them in the other bucket. they have a reddish tint to the water, so don't be alarmed when you cook them.
okay.
It's almost like a
That's part of the
brownish
toxin,
red.
you think?
Well,
Or no?
It's just part of the juice from them. It's
Uh-huh.
not toxic. It's just what
Dirt.
they do. No, it's their juice. It's brown.
Oh.
After you cook them. Now, because we're so dry, I'm going to throw this on my garden. Good.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Claudia.
That was
a
awesome.
lot of
Thank you
fun.
so much. Would you do me a favor and just say your name and what you do?
Claudia Saycook. I'm a certified registered nurse anesthetist at Hitchcock. I've been there for 35 years. And I work part-time. That's why I can pick fiddleheads.
Make sure to come visit us at the Tip Top Media Building, 85 North Main Street, White River Junction, and we hope to see you.
L'idea di
Bye.
realizzare compositivamente
That felt a little bit better.
una canzone
We just had to get back
Spero
been a while.
mi rendo altresì conto quasi immediatamente che momentaneamente sto da solo e per cantare in coro il presupposto necessario mi sembra